Yo, what up everybody? So today I'm gonna do a little tutorial for first gen Mazdaspeed 3. What I'm gonna be doing is changing out the clear housing and the black inside whatever of the headlights. I have the GT version, so these are HID with the ballast. If you don't have the HID ones, it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. I already have one set done. I'll show you those in a little bit, but basically I'm going to be swapping it for these. These are from a normal Mazda 3 hatchback. I bought the headlight set on eBay. I think it was like $190. They're the verde headlights. The first thing you should do is take off this mount. All it is it has one screw here, Phillips, and then you can take off these two 10 millimeter bolts right here. Try not to lose them. And this bottom piece has two little clips, one here and one right here. So you basically just push that one in, push this one in also. Use this piece. Yeah, you want to take that off so you could get to these. So when this does come out hot, you can go in here and basically pull these tabs off. So keep mentioning the oven. What I've seen people do is 250 degrees for 10 minutes, but I'm doing it at 190 degrees for 15 minutes. So like that, it's not super hot to the touch. So I can just do it all pretty much by hand, like, without gloves. The only time I put on a heat glove of some sort is when I'm taking it out of the oven to put it on the table. The parts that are hot is the ballast. That thing is hot, so watch out when you handle it. So yeah, I'm gonna just throw this in the oven once the other one is done, and then I'll show you guys take this apart. What you do take off is the rubber boot, just because you don't want this to get all brittle since it is going to be in the oven. But yeah, it's pretty easy to take off. You just get the flathead, pop one off, and you just pull it out. I already took out the other one. I'm only going to show you guys one side because it's the exact same thing on the other side. But this is basically it. I clamped it as best I could on spots that I could even see could be clamped. But there's some spots like right here. This is just too narrow to clamp. All the clamps would just fly out. So yeah, I clamped it right there, and that's the new one. So this was the other side. As you can see, it's all weird. On your workspace, try to put like a towel or something, just so glue won't get on the table or whatever. See, you already have glue there. Yeah, I'll just wait 15 minutes and then I'll show you guys when I open it. Alright, so the 15 minutes is done. About to take it out of the oven real quick. So the first thing you're going to do is get your flathead thing. You're just going to bend these out a little bit. Be careful not to break them off. There is 4 on top and 4 on bottom. So now that that's done, you can get your little reverse plier thingies. Just stick them in there. Push. Flip to the other side. Separate these a little bit. You just pull it. When you pull it, you want to push all this old glue out of the way, just so it doesn't stick to any like chrome or anything. It's not really hot, so you just get up in there. Ah, fuck! That damn ballast is hot though. So watch out for that. This is the old one. As you can see, there was some parts that were starting to crust over, and yeah, just dirt and rocks and rain get up in there. So now, while it's still warm, I don't really use gloves. You don't need them. I need the box for balancing this up. Pretty much it. This is pretty useless unless you're gonna, like, I don't know, do some customizing headlight stuff. So while it's hot, I'm gonna go with the flathead. Since these, I know they were bad, the gasket, I'm not gonna try to smoothen it out. I'm gonna try to take out like you know, major areas and just take out the old glue, just because I don't want to, you know, seal good glue on some parts that are crusty. I'm just gonna leave gaps. Ah, see, look. So in here, there's fucking rock. So that's why you don't want to just smoothen it out. Unless your seals are not that bad. Mine are pretty bad. So I'm gonna just clean this up a little bit, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Okay, so I cleaned as much of the nasty stuff I could as of the old one. I threw it back in there just so it could get warm again, and then I'll smoothen it out with the flathead. But I wanted to let you guys know another important thing. This is from the new headlights, the verde. Yesterday while I was doing this one, it wasn't mounting up correctly. So what you're gonna have to do, looking at it like this bottom one. This bottom one, you're gonna have to Dremel this just a little bit. I went like a little curve, just because I'm not sure if you can see it, but let me see. You can kind of see that. So right there. So there's where I Dremeled it, just because it was hitting the actual housing. So you can see it was pretty close to it. So yeah, I Dremeled that a little bit. So you're just gonna literally go like a little round, just going. So I'll show you guys that right now. If you don't have a Dremel, you could probably use a file or something. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so like that, it won't hit the housing. So now it would be a good time to wipe down the new one, wipe down the inside, just because once we mount it onto the headlight, if anything's stuck in there, you're either gonna have to reopen it and buy new sealant, or just, I don't know, just stick with it being in there. But yeah, let me just wipe this down with the microfiber inside, all in here, try to get no fingerprints. So yeah, I'll get back to you. Alright, I'm about to take it out and smoothen it out. time it was only in the oven for like 5 minutes. But basically, so you can see this. You're just gonna get a flathead or something similar. You just go along and push it all in, just so it can create a smooth surface for the new one to go on. The extra you could just take out. It is pretty sticky, so watch out. You're going to do that along the entire edge of it. You're just going to push down and drag it back. Fucking ballast. Alright. It's pretty smooth now. See what I mean? So right here, there was almost no glue. This is what it looks like. Gotta watch out with some parts that have the paper stuck to them. You hold one end up, and the other end, I'm gonna start putting it in there. You wanna put it as low as you can put it, or deep, whatever. In the end, you just pull it out, push it all the way. So now I have that. I'm gonna just go back over it, push it down, just to try to make it like flat. So there's some parts that just stuck to the edge of it. It's not hot at all right now, so you don't have to worry about burning or anything. Once it touches the old sealant, it's going to be on there real good. Just pushing it down. Now I do have extra, a little bit extra, so I'm gonna just get little pieces and go over areas that look kind of thin. So like right here, I didn't put as much. Stretched a little bit. Right here also. Now would be a good time to clean your housing, just with, you know, microfiber. So I'm gonna just patch this up, and then I'll show you guys, you know, putting it all together. All right, here we go. I'll put it back in there for like 4 minutes. Now it's gonna be the fun drum part. Oh, still got a fingerprint. So now, put this. You can try to align this as best you can. Just push it back. Now, if you don't get it first shot, you don't have to freak out. you could just throw it back in the oven, get it hot. And push again. Let me show y'all real quick. So it's not all the way in, obviously. Still got a gap. But I just wanted to get the new glue a little bit warm just so I could align it, put it together. So now it's on there. That glue is tough. So what I'm gonna do now, this one is pretty cold now. So I'm gonna throw that one back in there for 15 minutes at 190 degrees. Well, actually maybe 10 minutes, do a little more hand pushing. And then I'll put it in there for 15 minutes again, just so the glue gets super malleable and sticky. After the 15 minutes is done, that's when I'll go back in with the clamps and clamp it all together and leave it there for like 30-40 minutes so it can cool down. So I know I said I was going to show you guys the whole clamping process, but I mean, I figured you guys know how to clamp stuff, so I just left that out. The other one is in there, the one I was working on that I was showing you. This is the one I finished yesterday. So yeah, that's about it. The rest is just, you know, bolting this on there. Yeah, that's the new one and the old one, and then the other old one. Came out pretty good. Since these don't have screws that hold this to the housing, I did throw this back in the oven again and just put more sealant just because I had extra. I don't really need, I still have extra. I could probably do another 2 headlights with that, but I just put it along the top just to not have openings like this. The bottom doesn't really matter, but I really want the top to be as sealed as possible, just because I don't want to have to worry about, you know, water or debris going in there again. So yeah, I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is change the bulb, the HID bulb. Alright, so my damn battery died, but basically this is the new headlight housing with the new bulbs. Came out pretty good, I think. Yeah. And then high beams. I think that looks good. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, like, you know, if you're gonna do the swap also, you could drop a comment. I'll get back to you guys whenever I can. But yeah, I think it looks good. Just gotta bolt it up.